South here, and I thought you'd get a charge out of this. Um, it's, of course, as many of you know, I'm older than dirt and have been around a while. And I noticed this particular item, this satchel, shall we say, on the floor. I guess Sandy must have found it in her never-ending search for antiques to sell at the Slatington indoor flea market out in Slatington, Pennsylvania. And I imagine this is going to be there soon enough, this particular item. You say, well, Doc, it's just an old bag, right? It's a piece of luggage. Well, it is luggage, I guess, but not necessarily for riding on a train. This is if you're old like me, you'll recognize this. Say you woke up as a kid. Say you're like, I don't know, 4 years old, 5 years old. You woke up and your throat kind of hurt and you didn't feel that great. You may have a bit of a headache. Maybe you were barfing a little bit. Well, your mom had run to the phone, dial 0 for the operator, and have her get a hold of, let's say Dr. Cook. And Dr. Cook would get on the phone with your mom and say, well, what seems to be the problem with your son, Mrs. T? And mom would explain, like all moms would, how you felt. He says, And you can almost hear him stroking his chin over the over the phone. I'll be right over. Let me, yes. No, they didn't say, show up at my office. I can fit in a 2 o'clock appointment. No, what they did was they would, they would come over to your house. Yes, house calls. And they would come with this. And it was rather interesting. They'd sit down. Of course, you'd be in bed under the covers, or under the bed because you knew the doctor was coming. And they'd open this up, and it would be full of all sorts of. I can still remember looking into these as the doctor would open up, and I'd try to see if I always felt a little better if I didn't see any hypodermic needles right on the edge. But usually there was a few, and the doctor would. Well, you get out the stethoscope, might be in here. The thing for banging on your knee would be over there. Oh, I don't know. There'd be tongue depressors up here, maybe. And, the needles and things, hypodermics, maybe, whatever it was he thought you might be needing. And he'd go through that and just examine you right there at bedside. And I imagine that's where the term bedside manner came from. And they'd, after that, I guess you'd say, well, there you go. Here, they'd have some pills. Here, give him these. If you need more, you can go to the drugstore. Here's a prescription. And I've given him his injection. Of course, as a kid, you're holding your fanny thinking, oh, man, that hurt. And not that it really did. And you'd be thinking that's going to leave a lump. And they'd wish you well. There might be, over in this end of the compartment, might be lollipops, if he thought you could have one. And he'd tell you, well, he has to eat Jell-O. And just maybe give him cream of wheat for supper, and like that. And then he'd fold this all up, and the bill might be, I don't know, if I recall right, might be something like $5. It wasn't much. And he'd be on his way to the next, as kids would think, to the next victim, but no, really the next patient. And these bags always had this, do you see that nice kind of rippled look on them? They really were rather nice bags. And this is definitely a doctor's bag. I saw on the lock, I think it said, I can't see it now, but it was sort of, obviously it was medical. I can't, where the heck was that? It was here. Maybe this, I'm sorry, I don't see it now, but it was something like MD Special. Yeah, something like, no, that's not it. And that's not it. I don't see it now. Well, I don't want to do anything to hurt this, but it's a very, very well-made bag, probably full. This thing probably weighed about 20 pounds. Yeah. So anyway, I thought you'd get a charge out of it. I'll see you later. And I guess I don't think doctors do house calls much anymore. Paramedics do. I don't think doctors do. I'll see you later. Bye now.